Some people have asked me, why do you only focus on the negative things that are happening in the world? I mean, there are positive things that are happening in the world. So why do you focus only on the negative things that are happening in the world? Are you only focusing on the negative aspects of life? It's not like there are no positive things that are going on. Why do you focus on the dark side of life? But if you've been watching my videos and paying attention, you realize I don't really focus on the negative things that are happening around the world. I don't even talk about the negative things that are happening around the world. I don't even know most of the negative things that are happening around the world. If you've been watching my videos, you realize I do not talk about the negative things that are happening in my own life. Do I? My girlfriend cheats on me. I don't talk about that. I lose money. I don't talk about that. Someone betrays me. I don't talk about that. If you've been watching my videos, you realize that I focus on the truth about everything. Why did this happen? Why did that happen? That's what I focus on. Why do we have wars? That's what I focus on. Why are people suffering? That's what I focus on. Why are relationships not working? That's what I focus on. And I explain to you why things are the way that they are. The problem is that the truth is wicked. So it seems like I'm focusing on the negative things that are happening, but no, I'm not. I'm focusing on the truth. I'm focusing on why these negative things are happening. I'm focusing on why the positive things are happening, because there are positive things that do happen. It's not like I don't talk about the positive things that happen. The problem is that the truth is always wicked. So even when I'm talking about the positive things that happen, you'd realize that the truth about what is happening is actually wicked. I can talk about someone giving money to charity. And explain to you the psychology of a person who decides to donate money to charity. Explain to you that usually people who give money to charity because there is something to gain, because they are trying to make other people love them. Like a celebrity, for an example, decide to give money to charity. Do you think that's because they're a good person and they really want to help people? I mean, yes, there are some celebrities who give money to charity because they want to help people, and it is good to give money to charity even if you don't really want to help people. But in most cases, celebrities give money to charity because they know that people are going to be talking about that. Like, hey, this person just donated $500,000 to this charity. And people are going to think, oh, this is a good person. He's a good person. We should follow this person. You know, we should respect this person. And that helps them. Donating money to charity is a positive thing. But the reason why people do it isn't positive in most cases. I do not want to judge other people, but based on what I've seen so far, I can tell you that most people will donate money to charity if they know that there is something that they're going to benefit. They might not directly benefit from the people that they've given charity to, but people talking about them giving money to charity is a good thing for them, is a good thing for their brand. That's how the world works. So you see, the truth is always wicked. I focus on the truth. I don't focus on the negative things that are happening in the world. I focus on why these things are happening. I do not focus on the positive things that are happening in the world. I focus on why these things are happening. I focus on why things are the way they are in the world. But turns out that the truth about everything is negative. So it seems like I'm focusing on the negative things that are happening in the world. I don't talk about the things that are going on in my life. Trust me, there are things that are going on in my life that I can talk about. I can get a lot of subscribers talking about the things that are happening in my life, but I don't talk about things that are happening in my life. I'm a very private person. See, what I like talking about is what I think. I value my opinions so much. I've always valued my opinions. So I want to tell people what I really think. I want to share my truth with other people. I love having deep conversations about what I think. You see? That's the thing. I love having deep conversations with other people about what I think. And that is why, I make videos almost every day. In fact, if I don't upload a video, if you try to like search for my video and not find it, it's like I come here. Ya duranyana ko ku mina ni kume dealing yana xiza xin'wana e bra mina so xo ni kumela yona. Axa inana xo tirha kona so sweswo xa tirha kona. Hi camera. It's grinding. So yeah, my focus is on the truth about what is going on. Why do certain things happen? Why are some people treated well? Why are some people not treated well? I like to philosophize about that. I like to philosophize about why some people are successful and when some people are not successful. The problem is that the truth is always wicked. You see, we want to blame people for not being successful. Like when people fail in life, we want to blame them. We don't want to focus on what the real truth is. What is the real cause of their failure? That's not what we want to focus on. See, we like to blame other people. Oh, you're suffering because you've made bad decisions in your life. You're suffering because you didn't work hard. I want to focus on the truth. I don't want people to be gaslighted, blamed for their suffering. I don't want that to happen. The truth is important. So I don't focus on the negative things that are happening in the world. I focus on the truth. It just turns out that the truth is negative. That is the real problem. The truth is negative. You don't believe me? Tell me something that you think is true that isn't negative. That doesn't sound bad. Tell me something. I will show you that everything that is true is actually negative. I will show you. Tell me. You don't believe me? Tell me. You can pause this video and try to think. Tell me something that you think is positive about this world and I will show you that it isn't. There is just something that you don't understand about it. That is why you believe that it's positive. The truth is that we are having a negative experience as people. That is the truth. The truth is that we suffer, but we're not suffering for a good reason, and we're not suffering because we have done bad things. So we must figure out how to do things right. That's not why we are suffering. We're suffering because we are having a negative experience as a collective. That is something that each and every person should realize. We're suffering because we're having a negative experience as a collective. That's something that you must get. So if we're suffering because we're having a negative experience, if we're suffering because there is something that is wrong, something that we can't change about the world, what do we do? A lot of people will tell me that I focus on the negative things that are happening in the world. Also say that I must focus on the solutions. They'll tell me that, hey man, I get it. Yeah, the world sucks. Yeah. This world sucks. But what is the solution? What is the solution? Because knowing that the world sucks doesn't really help me, right? I know that this world sucks, but what is the solution? If you've been watching my videos, you'd realize that I've only given you 2 solutions. Only 2 solutions. Antinatalism and detachment. Antinatalism and detachment. So you realize that, hey man, this world actually sucks. What do? You don't bring more people into this world because it sucks. Keep it in your pants. If you can't keep it in your pants, use protection. But don't be creating new people. You see, most of the problems that we have can be solved if people decide not to bring more people here because they don't have to. You see, you don't have to create another person. It isn't a must to actually create another person. That's something that you must understand. You do not have to create another person. It isn't your job to create people. You understand that? Like, it isn't your job. Ripple effect. You not having children is going to cause a positive ripple effect. You deciding that, hey man, I'm not going to bring another person here. That's going to cause a positive ripple effect. Stop telling yourself that you must leave a legacy. That's actually mean. Oh, I want to have children because I want to leave a legacy. What does that even mean? You want to have children because you want to leave a legacy for them, or you want to have children because you want to leave them as legacy? trying to leave a legacy. Trying to leave a legacy. Why? Why do you want to leave a legacy? You have to understand that if you don't have children, they're not going to suffer. You understand that? They're not going to stress about the problems that you're stressing about. You see, if you have problems right now, you're stressing. If you decided not to have children, they will never be in your position, ever. You would not have brought them here. See, a good thing is that no one is arresting us for not having children. It's not illegal to not have a child. It's not like you're not gonna get a job just because you do not have a child. It's not because you're not gonna be allowed to have a certain amount of money if you do not have a child. It's not like the whole society is gonna, turn against you just because you do not have a child. Yes, there will be people who will be asking you why you don't have a child. There will be some people who will be judging you for not having a child. But there are also people who don't want to have children and who are actually talking about why they do not want to have children. So not having children is actually normal now. It was harder back then because no one was even talking about why they didn't want to have children. So you'd feel totally alone. But now we have the internet. You see, there are lots of child-free channels on YouTube where people are talking about the benefit of not having children. I mean, think about it, man. You can just spend your money on you. You see, focus on yourself, have fun, travel the world, buy the things that you want, go party if you like partying, start a business. You don't have to be taking care of someone. Just live your life. If you don't have money, at least you don't have to worry about what your child is eating. At least you don't have to work a shitty job. You see? You just have to make enough money to be able to take care of yourself. Children are expensive. You know how expensive children are. You know how expensive diapers are. Clothes. It's not like your children ain't gonna desire things. Your children are gonna desire a lot of things. If you're not able to afford these things that they desire, it means that you're not doing a good job as a parent, because there will be parents who are able to afford these things that your children desire. You're gonna be angry at them, like, oh, don't you see that I don't have money? Don't you see I don't have money? Yeah, you're supposed to make babies if you have money, if you really think that it's a must to have babies, but it isn't. Society just programmed you to believe that it is a must, so you decided to, have babies. And now your babies not getting what they want from you because you weren't even ready to have them. You need to be honest with yourself and make logical decisions. We mustn't just do things just because society programmed us to do these things. We must do things that actually make sense. We must do things that we can actually justify. There ain't that many people who are actually qualified to have children. You know that. Like, a lot of people are truly broke. A lot of people don't have extra money. in their bank account to even be making babies. They only have money for food and transport. That's it. I mean, they don't even have money to buy themselves the kind of clothes that they want. They gotta have a credit card. And they're making babies. Who is going to be paying for your children's tuition fee? Who's going to be paying for the school fee? One of the biggest mistakes that the South African government has made is giving people money for having children. If the South African government did not do that, South Africa would be far. Like, that is the biggest mistake that the South African government has made. Like, oh, everything should be free, education should be free. No, it shouldn't be. Children and parents must have children when they have enough money to pay for their children's school fee. That's it. We mustn't normalize poverty, because that's what we did as a country. We normalize poverty. Now, the political parties that were competing in South Africa were pushing this idea of giving unemployed people more money than they are getting. Like, they were giving them 350. They were like, I'm gonna give people 500 a month who are unemployed. 350 is nothing. And then another party says, oh, I'm gonna give them 750. And people will vote for them because of that. Can't you see that that's actually holding us back? Should we even have people who are getting money because they're unemployed? They're getting paid to not be able to make money like that. Is that a good thing? And you might say, oh, it is a good thing because they're unemployed. No. You create employment. That should be the main focus, so that things will actually, move forward. Things ain't moving forward if you're just giving people money for free. Is it? Give people money for working, so that things will be much better. Things will improve because they are being useful. But they're trying to buy votes by promising people free money. Where did they get that money? From people who are actually working. People who are working have to pay money to raise someone else's child. They have to. As if they were obligated to have a child. Like, hey, we're good people. We want each and every person to have children because they want to have children. But their children end up suffering. Like, we do not see the consequences of us taking things lightly. Being soft. Or pretending to be kind. Because that's really what this political party has been doing. Like, they pretend to be kind, because once these kids are born into this world, it's not like they get their needs met. They still have to go through a lot. The money that their parents are given is nothing, really. They're just given money to survive. That's it. Like, well, you're not gonna die because you're gonna have food, but it won't be the kind of food that you want. You're not gonna walk around naked because you're gonna have clothes, but it's not the kind of clothes that you want. So you're just getting paid to be alive. That's it. It's just about you being alive. Doesn't matter if you are enjoying your life. They don't care. They just want you to be alive, so that they will say, oh, The population of South Africa is 50 something million people. That's what they want. Well, there are a lot of people who don't know what to do, for real. There are a lot of unemployed young people in South Africa who have qualifications, who have done the things that they were supposed to do, but they're unemployed because there isn't enough jobs, because we kept on procreating even though it wasn't necessary. So you don't have to create a baby. What's your baby going to do? You think your baby is going to be special? You think your baby is going to change the world? There will always be a person who's going to fill up the spot that you want your child to fill, right? There will always be a president. If you tell yourself that, oh, maybe my child is going to become the president of South Africa, there will be like if you don't have a child, there will be someone who will actually fill that spot. If you tell yourself that, oh, my child is going to be the best artist in the world, there will be someone who will be the best artist in the world. So really, you do not have to create a new person. You're not obligated to create a new person. We must stop pretending as if we are obligated to create new people. We must stop pretending as if we must congratulate people for creating more people, especially if the world is actually messed up, if we are able to see that there isn't enough resources, if we are able to see that no, there are a lot of people who are actually struggling because they were created by people who didn't even know what they were doing. You see, by not having a child, you are solving a lot of society's problems. You see, it's having children that actually makes things worse in society. It's not people deciding not to have children. You understand that when people decide not to have children, they've solved so many problems. Like I've solved so many problems by not bringing a child into this world. It's not like we need more people. It's not like there are a lot of things that needs to be done and we need more people. No, we need less people because there ain't that many things that needs to be done. There's scarcity now because we have way too many people, so we need less people. We don't need more people. So you're not really doing something great by creating a new person because we don't need more people. That is why we have a lot of young people who are unemployed in South Africa. It's because we do not need more people. If we did need more people, each and every person will be employed and there will still need to be many positions available. That's when we'll tell ourselves that hey, actually we need more people because look, we've employed everyone, but there's still many positions available. What do? We need to keep on procreating. That's when we'll have political parties, preaching to people that they must procreate because we need more people. But now we don't need more people because we do have a lot of people who are unemployed, who don't know what to do. And that really does suck. You do understand that it really does suck to live in a world where you don't even know what you're supposed to be doing. You're not making money. You're not like getting anything at the end of the month. You just wake up and not even know what to do. That sucks. That's hell. You understand? And whose fault is it? Is it your fault? No. It's the fault of people who brought you into this world knowing that there isn't enough spots to fill. Knowing that you would have to compete for survival, knowing that you have to compete for resources. Is their fault? So, the first solution is, which is a very important solution, is that you do not bring a child into this realm. That is a very, very important solution. You do not bring a child into this realm. You don't have to. You're not going to suffer because you didn't bring a child into this realm. I remember I came across a post on Facebook of some lady saying that she decided to have a child when she was 50 because she regrets not having a child. I mean, that's rare. Like, that's the rarest thing ever. Like, once a person decided they're not going to have children, no one will regret that. The reason why she regretted not having children was because she felt lonely, right? She felt lonely, and she asked herself, who's gonna take care of me when I'm old? Selfish reasons, you see? It's not because the world needed her children. The world didn't need her children. It was about her. It was about how she felt. So you see, we don't need to be creating people because the world doesn't really need more people right now. The world needs less people. There's a reason why people used to live in tribes. You find that it's a tribe of like 100 people. They were able to survive. It's because we don't need to be 1,000 to be able to survive. 50 people can actually survive on their own. 50 people. They can survive on their own. And that's what is actually natural. Not us being forced to live with millions of people, seeing different faces every day, being confused about what the heck is going on, being treated like slaves, being forced to be a certain way. Nah. So, like, if there weren't that many people in the world, we wouldn't be able to survive. We just die out. If that's what people are afraid of, people dying out like that. Like, no, that's not how people are gonna go extinct. That's not how people are gonna go extinct. All right. It's very easy to create new humans. People will probably go extinct because there isn't enough resources and there's gonna be wars. Someone creates a nuclear weapon and mess everything up, or climate change. That might actually end up being a big issue because there's too many people, not because there isn't enough people. There can never not be enough people. Actually, the world is too big, and people are able to live in tribes. If really we needed more people in order for society to continue, people who lived in tribes would have died. There's still people who are living in tribes now. So what's the solution? Antinatalism. Realize that you don't have to create more people. It's not a must. I don't care what religion you believe in. I don't think there's a religion that tells people that they must procreate. If you don't procreate, you're going to suffer. No, there isn't. So you really do not have a reason to procreate. You understand? Like, there's absolutely no reason for you to procreate. No one is going to make you feel guilty for not procreating. You're good, so you don't have to procreate. That's what you must realize. What's the second solution? This solution is for the people who are already here. The first solution was for the people who are not here. They shouldn't be brought here because, well, why should you bring them here? But what about people who are not here? I mean, what about people who are already here? I mean, they are here. They're already dealing with life's problems. Life is throwing many challenges at them. So what should they do? They're already here. The solution for people who are already here is detachment. I've been telling you all that you need to learn to detach yourself, and that really does work. I've given you a lot of examples, but one of the classic examples that I've given y'all is, what happens after a breakup. You would want to be with the person that you've broken up with. Why? Because you are attached to them. But what happens after a couple of weeks? What happens after a couple of months? What happens after a couple of years? You don't even care about that person. You don't even care what they do, because you're no longer attached to them. You're no longer addicted to them. So the problem is that you are too attached to a lot of things, and it's going to take time for you to detach yourself. And I'm saying, hey, detach yourself. Stop needing things to be a certain way. That's how you win. You see? Because you waking up every day and telling yourself that, oh, things have to be this way. I'm going to be happy if things are this way. I need things to be this way. I need to become this and that. I need to have this and that. You suffer. But if you stop needing these things and just be an observer, just try to, if that's possible, try to find joy in just like observing how things work, Just try to find joy in that without really doing too much, without really focusing on your attachment. Just try to observe. As long as you're able to get your the things that you need to survive, try to detach yourself from a lot of things. If you want to have a lot of things, that's not easy, right? Like if you want to play the games that society wants you to play, you can play this game, but be detached still. Be detached. Just decide that, you know what, I'm going to play the game. I'm going to go out there and I'm going to try to hustle. I'm going to try to make a lot of money, but I'm not going to be emotionally invested in that. I'm just going to do these things without being emotionally invested. Let's see what happens. You see? Maybe you will get good results. But you being emotionally invested can actually make it harder for you to get good results. I want you to get that. Because sometimes, because you will use a lot of energy trying to get the things that you want. You see? You're going to try too hard. Sometimes you'll get desperate. You're going to make stupid decisions. So try to not invest emotionally in the things that you want, and just do what you think you should do to get these things. If you feel like you must be doing something, but if you feel like you shouldn't be doing anything, just try to find joy in just observing everything, but try to detach yourself. That is the answer. Focus on detaching yourself. Don't be attached to this world. It's a very toxic world. If you become too attached to it, you're going to suffer. You can see that things are actually upside down. That is a fact. So imagine what happens when you are too attached. So that's what you focus on. Focus on detaching yourself. It's not easy. A lot of people say that it's not easy. It's not easy. That's true. It's not easy. But just because it's not easy doesn't mean that it's impossible. It doesn't mean that you can't detach yourself. It is just not easy. So there's only two solutions: antinatalism and detachment. Don't create more people. It's not necessary. Try to detach yourself from a lot of things that are making you suffer. Stop focusing on things that you feel like you can't have. Like, I should have this, I should have this. If you want to have these things, do what you think you should do, but don't be emotionally invested. And that's the only way. Thank you, guys.